did YouTube just make it harder for smaller creators to earn on their platform? Yeah, they kind of did, but you know, there's a lot going on here. Hey, this is GatorX. Normally I talk about Pokemon and Nintendo stuff here on the channel, but this was going on, this whole thing about YouTube. So this is coming from a little blog post that they put up earlier this week that's talking a little about monetization changes and you know, the partner program. So very interesting little read, nice little watch. I like getting these, and I like getting news about stuff that's happening with YouTube. But obviously, while there are some stuff for premium apparently and shorts, the main thing here is that things are going to be changing for monetization. So if you don't know, you can earn money on YouTube. However, you need to reach a certain status for monetization. In the past, the requirement, like when I set up my main channel, the only requirement was to prove that you were a real person with a phone number. You didn't even need to link an AdSense account to have ads appearing on your video and to start earning. So I was getting money after I verified I was a real person, but it was just going into an imaginary like bank, and then eventually when I set up my my AdSense account and connected my card to it, then it's like, oh, by the way, we got like $100 waiting for you. And you know, it's been great since then. Okay, not great, but you know, they've made other changes to kind of combat spam on the platform, and at present now there's going to be a change. So before, you had to have 1,000 subscribers, right, in order to start earning, plus you needed to have 4,000 watch hours within the last year, 12 months. And as you can see here, they are changing that. There was also shorts, right? Shorts was crazy too, because like, yeah, shorts can get a lot of views, but it just seemed like it kind of fit better to like work hard toward like long form videos and get the 4,000 watch hours in. Shorts was 10 million views. You needed 10 million views on shorts within the past 90 days to get monetized if you're a shorts creator. As you can see, those are doubling starting February. Is that it? Is that when they said it's going to happen? Yeah, February 1st, 2027, those are going to be doubling. So you still need 1,000 subscribers, but you need 8,000 watch hours within the last 12 months and 20 million shorts views. And you know, already this is a decent task. I have reached this before with my Yu-Gi-Oh channel that I think I started in 23, right? That was what the monetization requirements were: 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. And I was able to reach that over about maybe 6 months of consistent posting, and then one really big video that, you know, blew up pretty well, right? I was making short videos by that point too. I was making like maybe 5-minute videos. This is a little different. So I'm talking about this too because like I understand it, I agree with it, and I think that the 4,000 watch hours was not too bad. Realistically, if you're uploading consistently and you're making, you know, decent length content, right, for the long form videos, and if you're doing that consistently, then by the time you are done with the year, then very likely you can reach that 1,000 subscribers. That's again if you're starting from 0, and very likely you can reach those 4,000 watch hours. Again, you know, granted, they get traction, right? So that's going to determine, like, that's going to be some stuff on your end of you getting to do the legwork, and hopefully, you know, some good luck of algorithm, or, you know, maybe a shout out or so. 8,000 is still doable. However, it's twice as much. I'll be super honest with you. Right now, we're on my second channel where I've only more recently kind of discovered, like, you know, I think this is what I want to do. Let me just open up a camera and chat for a bit about a topic that's going on. And so I basically had to restart this channel. It did already have 1,000 subscribers. However, in terms of content, I had not uploaded on it in a year. And, you know, a little inconsistent here. I would love to do at least once or twice a week on this channel. It's not, you know, possible, but I'll say I have about 1,000 watch hours or so, about 1,100. So by the way, if you're watching and if you're enjoying and you want to see me do more like this, watch every other video, you know, let's get that watch time up. So hopefully we can get monetization on this channel as well. But point is that, you know, it's entirely doable for me, especially too, but you know, that's granted that I'm funneling in people from the main channel to certain videos on here as well. Not everybody has that luxury. And you know, I will say this too, is that the way that payments work on YouTube is that they build up in a pool. So let's say if you're like a really small creator anyway, let's say you're making like maybe $20 a month technically in ad revenue, you're not going to get paid $20 a month. That $20 a month is going to go into a pool that builds up, and once it reaches a threshold of $100, you get paid, right? Not a problem for me now on the main channel, but when I was like really kind of first starting, I think I genuinely was making about $10 a month, right? 10, 20, 15, around that range. So I would not get a YouTube payment until like maybe 3-4 months at a time, and it was only $100. You know, it was still fun. I obviously still enjoyed it. I didn't start YouTube for the money. I do it for the enjoyment, but you know, nowadays it's nice to at least have a guaranteed monthly check from YouTube for me on the main channel, and obviously the Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which is monetized as well, and hopefully this one soon. So by what I'm saying is that by the time you reach this point, by the time you reach 1,000 subscribers and you're getting 4,000 watch hours a year, that's an entire year, you should be making money. As in, like, let's say you didn't have the monetization requirements. Let's say it was back in a world where you only needed to prove you're a real person by, you know, getting a verification text. You probably wouldn't be making significant money until you had 1,000 subscribers, until you had those 4,000 watch hours. Like I said, I uploaded videos for about a year or so with, you know, monetization enabled. However, I didn't get paid until maybe a year later. And even then it was only like $120. That's like, hey, we have this waiting for you. So if that math kind of makes any sense. So the thing is what I'm saying is that if you're a smaller creator now, if you're someone with 1,000 subscribers or less, or 4,000 watch hours or less, if you do not reach monetization requirements now, you got to kick it into high gear by the end of the year. It's unfortunate. Like I said, I understand why YouTube is doing this, especially because like right now we're in an age with just AI just everywhere, and what people are just making kind of trash channels of like, hey, here's 1 hour of music mix of AI generated music and AI generated visuals, and I'm pumping these out every day or so, and just throwing them into the algorithm, and sometimes some of them are popping off and they're just getting like instant not instant monetization, but they're getting it pretty quick, and they're getting all of this return on the channel that they're not putting that much work into. That is also pretty spammy, which does go against YouTube's policies. They're actually removing a lot of AI channels this week, or this past month they have, right? And like, YouTube is not against AI. They're embracing it, and they're like pushing it, and they want to add a bunch of new AI features. However, they kind of need to you know, toe the line, right? They're embracing it because it's a cool buzzword, because they're investors, because it's going to attract people in. However, they don't like spam, they don't like disingenuous stuff on the platform, they don't like you know, hate speech or whatever else that some people use AI to create. So that's one thing they're doing. They want to just kind of continue to make sure that people are genuine, because here's the thing: if, you know, the monetization requirements are even steeper, that is really going to discourage people who just create a channel to set up a farm, or like a content farm, right? Whether not even just AI, but just other kind of spam stuff, where you know, the people who will steal short form content and just add new subtitles and new narration and throw those up and get, you know, millions of shorts views, they really want to discourage that beyond just like taking them down through reports or whatever other automations they have. And so this is one way to do that, because they want people to just kind of like go somewhere else. You know, people are kind of jokingly saying like, oh, YouTube's doing this because we found out how to make money too easy. And it's like, yeah, I will say that from what I can tell, we may still have so there's a slight little difference. 1 second. So right now we are on the earn page of this channel here, Gator XL, which does not have monetization enabled. And so let me show you here. So this one here is my progress toward monetization. Like I said, I haven't been consistent here, so I've only got 1,127 watch hours within the past year. So, you know, if you guys could help get that bar to the end, that'd be great. But here, you know, I obviously have the 1,000 subscribers. So I will say there is an extra tier before this. And this one here is to start, okay, so this is for ad revenue. This is to enable ads on your videos and start earning that way. However, there is a quicker one that only requires 3,000 watch hours within the past year, but this is mostly for fan funding, stuff like memberships and super chats, right? And to my knowledge, this isn't changing. I didn't see anything in the article about it. Right, you know, you say the yeah, up to 8,000. That's for the standard one, but it seems like, and you know, partner program, right? because that's how they're counting. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong or if that information comes out, but if you can reach that 3,000 at least, and you're really good at what you do, and people really want to support you, whether it be on your streams or so on or whatever, and they want to give you super chats or leave super comments or you know, memberships, it's quicker. And I think those are what you're going to want above the regular ad revenue, right? You're going to want this. You're going to want people who really like what you're doing, and you want to be making something that other people determine as being worth supporting monetarily, right? So what I'm saying is, if you're a smaller creator, don't give up hope. And if you like what I do here, you know, if you could help me on this channel, that'd be great. But, you know, like I said, now is definitely the time to start making content if it wasn't already. Or, you know, let's say you're maybe 800 subscribers, maybe you got 2,000 watch hours. These last few months of the year are really going to be go time. And, you know, maybe we'll find some way to really build that out and really continue supporting each other in that. And I would encourage you that as well. If you're into really niche topics, say like Pokemon content or Nintendo content like me, that's not really niche, but that counts as niche. And you see a smaller creator recommended, check out their video. You might find some diamonds. That's definitely how I am, is that like because I watch Pokemon, right? Sure, I get my recommended channels of like my friends or content by larger channels around their size. But I also get recommended videos by channels with like 1,000, 2,300 subscribers even. And so, you know, help us out, help each other out. That's I guess what we got to do. But yeah, I think it's just really gonna come on the communities. And also, you know, just keep in mind, you don't need to make money off YouTube. I know that it really does help, and it is nice to be able to get compensated for the hard work that you put in, especially if you're spending, you know, however many hours a week, however many hours a day working on videos or streams or whatever. It would be nice. But at present, it seems like yeah, not good. But trust me, it'll be fine. We will be fine. You know, I kind of hope that maybe they walk back this decision a little bit and maybe meet in the middle at 5,000. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're a smaller creator, go ahead, just say, hey, a smaller creator here, something like that. And maybe we'll have a way to check out channels. I know YouTube is going to block any links if you post those, but just wave, drop an emoji, and hopefully we can grow from here. Anyway, this is GatorX. Thank you so much for watching. Catch y'all later.